If your UC is inflamed and you decide just to eat meat, you could be symptom-free within days. But why does the doctor always prescribe penicillin? Oh, that's right, because by all accounts, nutrition doesn't affect your UC. Well, I'm here to tell you that the pills that they keep giving you are not going to heal your UC. Every single last medication or pill or whatever they decide that they want to give you, all it boils down to is symptom management. All they want to do is manage the symptoms, or they'll mask it by giving you a few new things, and this will help reduce the inflammation. But what I want to know is, why was the inflammation there in the first place? There's no point in telling me, well, we're going to give you this pill or this pill, and then that's going to reduce your symptoms. I want to know why the symptoms were happening in the first place. Because at the end of the day, the meds that they give you can quite literally destroy your body. Now that seems pretty harsh, and it seems pretty drastic, but it's true. I was on biologicals, which is like a harsh immune suppressant, and they can fuck up your immune system. They can literally make it so your immune system is non-existent. So every single last cold, every single last bug, every single thing that anyone gets around you, you're more likely to get it, and you're more likely to get it 10 times worse than what they've got it, because your immune system is buggered. So the pills that they give you are supposed to be there to cure one thing, but they don't cure anything, they just manage symptoms. And then on the flip side of that, they make you have even worse things, worse side effects. And at the end of the day, there's no guarantee that they will even put you in remission. I have been on, so there's a thing called Humira, so this was the biological. So I ended up taking this, by all accounts, wonder drug for 18 months straight. I had no flare-ups. I thought, great, okay, I've done what the doctor said. I have been on this medication for what I thought was a long time. I've had no flare-up. I want to come off this medication. Come off it. Within 6 months of coming off it, I ended up having a flare-up. So why was that? So the thing is, that medication wasn't really healing my bowels. All it were doing is numbing the amount of symptoms that were going on from my body. So then I didn't realise I was having a flare-up. So then I thought, right, okay, well, what am I supposed to do now? The doctor come back to me and said, you need to go back on this biological. So reluctantly, I thought, okay, I'll go back on it. And within 6 months of being on that medication, I end up having a flare-up on it. So there's no guarantee you're going to be on these harsh medications for actually to get in remission. Now, I'm not saying pills and drugs and whatever else they give you can't be beneficial in the short term. So if you are really suffering, if you are really bad having a flare-up, like, so you're bleeding loads, your urgency, you're feeling absolutely, like, distraught, you've decided to start taking the right holistic approach naturally, and it doesn't seem to be getting hold of the symptoms, like, straight away, then I kind of feel like they are a good thing to have to then hopefully help your healing journey. So if you need them to say after a few days of like getting really bad diarrhea, blood, everything like that, and you think that you need to go on them, they can be used as a tool to hopefully reduce the amount of inflammation. So then when you put things in your body to help heal, so all of your like carnivore foods that you slow cooks, and you get all that glutamine and glycine and everything like that to heal your gut, and then obviously you want to add in things to seal your gut lining and everything else that's going on. So they can be good in that sense, and that's how I'd recommend using them. But as an actual long-term solution or an actual crutch to say that you're going to get into remission is an absolute load of shit. You should not use them long-term, in my honest opinion. Obviously, I'm not a medical profession, so as the Oracle says to Neil, you should make up your own damn mind. But I'm just going to give you a little bit of the statistic. 1 in 4 people who have UC, so that's 1 in 4, end up having to have their large bowels removed, even while they've been taking the drug. So what they do is they get diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, they get given the medication, they get put on all these different things, and 1 in 4 people still have to have their large colon removed. And I'm just going to let that sink in, because how the fuck can you honestly say that that is okay? It just doesn't make sense. 1 in 4 people, even though they've done exactly what the doctor said, they're taking medication, they still need their large colon removed. So it just shows that there is no root healing. It literally is just masking the symptoms. So it's still underlying, and it's still going off in your body, and you're still doing things that are going to obviously irritate, things that are going to bring you into flares. You're still doing things that aren't actually what your body wants it to do. If you want a more in-depth approach, top link in the description. I have created a course, the 90-day regenerative UC healing course. I have avoided surgery by using the principles that I've got inside of this protocol. I have made sure that this protocol has everything that you need to start your healing journey. I genuinely care about you getting into remission and healing your bowels. But that's not what I can say about the doctors. I genuinely believe the doctors don't really care about you. It's fact. Why would they care about some insignificant person who comes in occasionally, has a bit of a flare-up, has some pills, and then goes on the way? Then you might see him again in like a few weeks' time for a few blood tests. See him again for an insignificant amount of time, 20 minutes, 30 minutes for the appointment. And then you go away for a few more months again. Why would they care about you or your health? Because at the end of the day, they still get paid for doing it. At the end of the day, they still go home not giving a rat's ass about what you've been through that day or that month or that year. So in my personal opinion, I think doctors don't care about you. That's why all they'll do is learn from a textbook. That is all they do. They get a textbook telling them, this is how you do it. You solve it by using this medication, this medication, this medication. Send them for a colonoscopy occasionally to make sure the inflammation is reduced. Don't get to the root cause of healing because they don't care. So ultimately, can you really trust doctors with your health? Or would you rather trust people who have actually gone through that, and actually done the experimentation, who actually have lived the misery, the pain, the embarrassment of all these different symptoms that you get from your ulcerative colitis, who have actually, healed their bowels using the best systems possible, or just someone that's going to keep giving you pill after pill after pill? And the bottom line about these pills is generally the people who give the hospital the pills for this new medication or this that's come out, they generally pay the hospital to have them give them out to people. So that you're being used as a guinea pig for this new brand or this, this is the latest drug, this is the latest pill out there. Just so then the doctors are recommending it to you, saying, yeah, this is the next best thing. But is it? Is it really the next best thing? Or have they been, paid to say this is the next best thing? So where does this leave you? This leaves you feeling hopeless, like you've got your control taken away from you, feel deflated, because at the end of the day, you have to follow them blindly, don't you? You have to follow the doctor's advice, because that's what we've been told since we were younger. The doctors know best. But do they really know best? That's where root cause healing comes into the equation. If you want to get to the bottom of healing your UC, the bottom line is you need to do it naturally. Not pumping all these different medications inside your body, saying, oh yeah, this is going to get me into remission, this is going to do this. It's not going to heal you. I don't know how much I need to emphasize that this is not going to heal you. Yes, there is some people out there who get in remission and they end up being in remission from the UC for years and years. But that doesn't mean that there isn't something underlying going on, and that doesn't mean later on in life that this isn't going to cause other issues. If they've got an underlying issue that's going on and on, what happens if it might turn into cancer, might turn into this, might turn into that? You just don't know. Instead of getting to the root cause, they just mask everything. And it's generally only when you're fed up of actually feeling like a guinea pig and trying all these different medications that you'll actually think to yourself, you know what? I'm going to try to start doing things myself. I'm going to become the scientist of my life and try and think outside the box and try to find a solution that there is out there. I've tried many different things. I've done all sorts of different diets to try and to solve it. I've also tried different lifestyle choices, including things like cold showers, making sure that I'm grounded, meditation. I have tried loads and loads of different tactics, different tools, and I have come up with the protocol. First link in the description. I'm telling you, it is literally the full rounded approach that you need to heal this UC. Because at the end of the day, what's the alternative? Stay on medication and be the statistic 1 in 4 people have surgery? Do you want to be that 1 in 4? Or would you rather take your steps now and take action now to actually become the person who's going to heal the bowels, get their life back, enjoy having the energy again, enjoy pursuing your passions, enjoy spending time with your family, not having to worry about if you're going to shit your pants? What's the alternative? That you might end up having to, try different foods that you didn't think about, or taking different supplements, or doing different regimes. What's the alternative? Harsh side effects of medication. Let me know in the comments below, what was the worst advice that you've heard from your doctor? That's it for this one. I hope it's helped you to realise that pills aren't the solution to curing your UC. They're just a mask. They're just a symptom management. Yes, they can be beneficial if you're used in the right way, but if not, and you're on them for long term, in my opinion, I think they just end up making things a lot worse. Stay tuned if you want to know more, and subscribe and like, and I'll see you again soon. See ya.